Hey guys, and welcome to a battle between the forces of the Warriors of Chaos. The Wanderers from the north here going to be doing some damage up against the High Elf forces in their regal attire here. Should be some good fun, and we have Papa Palpatine, a clanmate of mine in charge of Chaos, up against Defaniv123, I believe that said. Let's pop over, it doesn't say his name there. But whoever it is in charge of the mighty forces of the High Elves. Now, Papa Palpatine is one of the best Chaos players in the game right now, so I'm pretty eager to pop in here and see what his build is, as I might steal it, as I do sometimes struggle at what to pick up against the High Elves as Chaos. So it looks like he does have triple Chaos Marauders here down on the low ground. This is a very peculiar map. I'm not the biggest fan of the deployment for it. But Marauders on the left-hand side, and in the centre pocket, he has triple Chosen with great weapons. These guys are incredibly expensive, but look how goddamn badass they look with their axes right there. They come in with some very, very impressive stats overall. 120 armour is certainly decent, but 48 melee attack, and of course they're going to be coming in with very good armour piercing stats as well with those great weapons. So an expensive front line. In the reserves, he has triple Marauder Horseman as well to do consistent long-range damage. He has a Chaos Sorcerer of Shadows coming in with Enfeebling Foe, Pendulum, and Scroll of Shielding. And then he has the boy, Kholek Sun Eater, someone I need to use way more than I often do. But he comes in with Star Crusher, Stand or Die, as well as a Lord of the Storm. Going to be a super fun time to see how well he does perform today. We have some Chaos Knights in the high ground as well. So it looks like actually sneaky in the background, we have some Chaos Warhounds of Poison in Deep Vanguard. Now for the forces of the High Elves, he has gone for basically a single entity healing spam, which you'll see quite often on ladder and in tournaments alike. So in the front lines he does have Silver and Guard. These guys are incredibly durable and hold the line for an incredibly long time. Now to back them up, he has triple Lothran Sea Guard, who are a nice hybrid missile slash spear unit. So they can fend off hounds and so forth that do pressure in the back line, as well as do some consistent long range firepower. So the whole army is designed to hold, and you do the real damage with the double noble on chariot, as well as Star Dragon up in the sky. Then when they take a little bit of damage, you bunch them all up together. You get Alarielle, the Radiant, over there, and she pops her heals. You can see she's just bringing Earthblood, as well as her nifty ability, the Star of Avalon, which restores 1,080 hit points to up to 3 units. Is incredibly powerful. So we're going to have to see if this really elite Chaos build can beat down these single entity chariots. Now, chariots are not as good as they used to be, simply because they were fixed. So they're incredibly powerful still, but they no longer absolutely roast large targets. They're definitely better against infantry. So Kholek is going to be pretty key here. He doesn't want to take any unnecessary Lothran Sea Guard fire. He's an absolutely huge fellow, as you can see. So it's pretty hard to miss him. Does come down with a nice little lightning shot as well by Kholek. Doing some, okay damage, only killing 4 of those guys, but every little helps. And the chariots are going to have to flee for their lives here, as they do pop Foe Seeker in order to escape, and Kholek does overextend into some Silver and Guard, but at the same time, he's about to beat those guys down rather effectively, as Chaos Knights do swing down as well. Elves are starting to advance here. It looks like the Lothran Sea Guard took a huge amount of damage coming in, as well as some Warhounds popping on them in the back line. It's going to be tearing those guys apart. Must have been a lovely pendulum. And the Chosen are moving forward now. Chosen are interested in this matchup, considering how popular Silver and Guard are. Chosen are pretty nice. As you can see, they're clubbing apart these pointy-eared Elflings with deadly efficiency. Now, Kholek is massively overextended into the back line, but he is whacking down Alarielle, and to be honest, the High Elves are kind of struggling here. They need to bring the Star Dragon down, get a nice round on Kholek, bring the Nobles over here, and really punish him for pushing deep into enemy territory, because at the moment, with the help of the Chaos Knights, he is beating the crap out of Alarielle and this back line. Lovely play so far from Chaos, as the Chosen chewing through happily the Silver and Guard. And as you can see, the Chaos Marauders are starting to struggle a little bit, unfortunately for them. Nobles going to be running them over, and Nobles are a good answer to the Chosen as well. A huge pendulum coming straight out of the gate does run over those Lothran Sea Guard. A little bit of friendly fire on the Chaos Knights, but certainly an effective trade. And you can see the Silver and Guard basically doing no damage to the Chosen, and the Chosen really making them think about their life choices going up against the forces of Chaos. Now, both the Nobles are still healthy, as well as the Star Dragon and Alarielle, and that's, to be honest, where all the money is for the High Elf forces. Kholek has taken a bit of a beating, going after the Star Dragon now. A nice smack to the hind end here. Chaos Knights are charging into the back line, on top of Silver and Guard though, so these guys need to be pretty careful and do some nice cycle charging overall. More Earthbloods have gone down, catching all of those single entity models, but with the rest of the Chaos armies falling apart, Chaos are certainly starting to take a dominant lead. They can probably peel off some hounds as well and start hunting down at these units, or maybe some cheap and cheerful marauders. A Star of Avalon has going down, going to be healing up the Star Dragon, although maybe used a little bit prematurely there. Yes, Alariel was slightly weakened, but all the other units were looking pretty damn healthy. It looks like Kholek is going to summon in another lightning bolt down into the midst of this Star of Avalon. No, perhaps not. It looks like he may have cancelled it there. So the Chosen are popping in here. They do have an enfeebling foe aiding them as well in their efforts, as the Marauder Horsemen have moved up, and they have complete free reign. So the problem with this type of high elf build is there was no mobility, no Elyrian Reavers or the like, and these horsemen get some fantastic value up against those dragons and chariots. Now Kholek is surrounded here. Looks like the high elf is going for a last bit of a gamble here, just trying to take down the mighty dragon ogre Shaggoth King and hope that can drag him back. But Kholek has good mass, so if he wants to pull back he can, and it looks like he's assisted here by some Chosen with great weapons who will do a huge number on this Star Dragon, especially with enfeebling foe popped. Laurel has been forced away from Kholek, who needs to just turn and start wailing on this poor Star Dragon. Unfortunately for him, though, enfeebling foe has just disappeared, but still a complete surrounded Star Dragon is going to take an absolute walloping here. Still plenty of room to heal, so if he can manage to rally, come back and survive, Laurel can certainly do some business here, but she instead decides to go for a risky charge on Kholek, who's simply going to turn around and start clobbering the poor princess. As for the front line, we can see Chaos Marauders are starting to break and disappear from the nice cycle charging of the nobles on chariots, but Chaos Knights have been used to pin these guys in. They have decent mass, and the nobles are really starting to struggle to escape here. Kholek is on his way as well, which is certainly something you don't want to happen to you. And bam, big old rod in the back. Looks like the nobles' defense did manage to hold up here. Marauder Horseman just focusing down that Star Dragon, trying to break it off the field, but it does get a lovely breath attack, the second one in fact, into Kholek, although this noble gets absolutely battered there. He was terrified and took a huge hit to the rear there as he does retreat, down to just 400 health. It looks like all the remaining single entities have surrounded balance power going relatively in favour of the Chaos, but Kholek is getting incredibly low here. But Star Crusher active, his weapon strength is 743 right now. You can also drop Mind Razor on him, which is pretty damn hilarious. I believe game over the 1000 mark. A big old slap into the Star Dragon, who is starting to go down here. Kholek is incredibly weak though, but Chaos Knights do come for a lovely rear charge, and no matter what happens here, that dragon is going down and it collapses to a massive crack to the neck by the Star Crusher mace. So he goes down there. Nice Star of Avalon, just a little bit teeny bit too late to save the dragon. It's going to be healing up the noble and Alariel. And Enfeebling Foe popped. Every single hit is connecting, and Kholek is wailing on the princess here, dragging her down, and that is surely going to shatter her. Kholek down to 517 health does win the day. So well played to both of those competitors there. A very quick, fast and furious game. And a nice Pyrrhic victory. So for the forces of Papa Palpatine, I'm a big fan of Kholek here. He can certainly do a huge amount of damage to those single entities. He's relatively risky in the point that, you know, a lot of higher players can go Sister Avalon kind of builds, very defensive, and he can get shot down. But at the same time, single entity spam is very common, just kind of getting these units, the double noble dragon and a healer, getting them all together and just healing up over and over again, and that's what Kholek's really good at, kind of beating down at those single targets. The Chosen are an interesting choice as well. I don't see them anywhere near as much as I would like, and a great use of them here. They really chewed through those Silvern Guard. You can see for the most part 7, 7 and 0 kills is really pathetic, unfortunately, for those guys. 57 on one unit though. Those guys did go up against Marauders, so pretty damn fun build. Certainly going to steal this one and try it out. I'm also going to try and get Mind Razor on a Chaos Sorcerer just to make Kholek even more powerful and see if, you know, he can maybe be able to one bang some kind of low leadership heroes or low health heroes like wizards and so forth. Could be some good fun to try and test that out. Anyway guys, hope you did enjoy. If you did, please consider giving the video a big old thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. We do all things Total War Warhammer, as well as a few other games here and there now and again. And then guys, until next time, peace, and as always, stay awesome.